What's up guys, it's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video. Today we're going to be talking about what you need to do if you do not have all 7 upgrades in your list by the time you need to start the streaks. Now this person was in a kind of a unique situation. It was their first week in Mega, so it's kind of to be expected that they were going to have some issues. This was a very unique situation. They kind of screwed up quite a bit. Now the very first thing that you guys have to remember is that you always have to, be 10 steps ahead of the game, okay? You have to make sure that you are looking at your list as a whole and that making sure that you can fit all 7 upgrades on this list. Now, one thing that I do with the people that I train in my group is I will just randomly send them a situation, whether it be somebody from the group or somebody else, doesn't really matter. I'll randomly send them a list and I'll say, okay, what do you see here? Like, what assessment do you make of this? Looking at this, we've got expand beach in the streaks. So this person comes to me, they want help. Okay, it's their first week in Mega. So it's my job to look at their list, what's going on, and determine the best possible, route that they need to take. So if you want to learn how to play low-level calm or calm in general, that's essentially what you're going to be doing, but doing it for yourself. So when you look at something like this, you need to look at everything. We've got a full experience bar on level 24. We've got 23 tasks remaining. Why is that important? Well, it's very important because we're too damn close to streaks to make certain options available to us, right? We need to look at the score. Does he actually have a chance at winning? If he does not have a chance at winning, there's no point in wasting tickets. So that's very important as well. Time remaining. We need to look at the time remaining to determine, do we even have options to do other options? Okay, that kind of came out wrong. So then we need to look at the streaks remaining. Well, he's already on streak 2, so it tells me that he canceled a streak, which means that he had an upgrade in the streak, okay? So looking at this, we just had an upgrade come in for the Old Town building. He's got London, so there's 2 upgrades. He's got feed, secured, great. Cargo is 1 available doorway. He's got glass, chems, textiles, minerals, monster, epic, and design challenge. Now, what problem do you see here? And it's a big one, okay? He has only 3 upgrades secured. You need to have a total of 7 for low-level players. Where do you see being able to fit 4 upgrades? You can't. Not without creating a lot of downtime or risk. So the very first assessment that I make is that he screwed up big time. Somewhere early on in the contest, he allowed the glass to sit for way too damn long. That's why it's so far down on the list. I don't know exactly how long, but at that value, it probably should have been done within the first 20 to 25 assignments. Now, let's say that the glass just came in. Well, either way, what about the textiles? Those are really far down on the list. Those have probably been sitting since the beginning of the contest, like really early on. Those should have been looked at. You have to look ahead and think, where am I going to fit all this stuff? Okay? So now we have a big predicament. If he goes, option A is that he tries to fit all 7 upgrades in his list before he can start streaks. Now he has canceled 1 streak. So that means that there is a total of 5 streaks, 4 assignments each. That's a total of 20 assignments. That means that he can take it down to 5 assignments remaining. Okay? Now, do you think that he can secure not only all upgrades in his list by that time, but he also has to take into consideration which doorways is he going to try to fit them into? Well, we've got cargo and minerals, so we've got 2 more doorways we would have to open up. Now, glass would open up a really high risk, right? Because that's 10 hours of downtime just to get it out of the list. Now, what if it comes back in the streak? Let's go back up to time remaining. It's only got 2 days, 8 hours. Just doing the glass once is going to take 10 hours, right? Okay, so that's not even a guarantee that he's going to get an upgrade. So let's go back down. We've got chems. Okay, that'll take 2 rounds. That'll be 4 hours. But what do we know about chemicals? Usually comes back, right? So that kind of defeats the purpose if it just comes right back. That's just downtime and it coming right back. Textiles is the one that is least likely to return, but that one, it has also significant downtime attached to it, given the small amount of time we have remaining. So one thing that he did wrong this week was he moved too damn slow. Now, given that he didn't do any long factory productions, it's really 100% his fault, okay? He had no long factory productions that he did that I saw. So what the hell is taking him so long? Why is it taking him 3 days to do like 37 tasks? That's ridiculous. This, for low-level players, you guys have to think ahead, okay? So looking at this, we really can't fit all 4 upgrades in here without causing too much of a risk. It's not even a guarantee that we're going to get all the upgrades by the time we, need to start the streaks. So what can we do at this point? We would either work the main list only or attempt the streaks with risk. So how can we minimize the risk on the streaks to at least attempt them? You always want to at least attempt at the streaks, because if you can get through it, it is a decent amount of points. So we would look at the 2 doorways that we can open up without any risk. Okay, so the cargo and the minerals we can open up without any risk at all. So I had him do the minerals and I had him do the cargo. Now, we can keep working those doorways for several assignments. Not too many. We don't want to lower our average ridiculously if nothing's happening. But we can keep working those doorways until we get upgrades, which he eventually did get the upgrades. Those 2 doorways. Now, that lowers the amount of upgrades that can pop up in the streak. So essentially, we haven't eliminated the risk, but we've lowered it drastically, okay? So now he begins streak 2, and he immediately gets an upgrade. So now at this point, we have to make another option, or a choice, and that is, do we cancel the streak and attempt again? Now, if we cancel the streak, what does that mean? It means that we have 3 more tasks where we can rotate down below that would be available to us if we needed them, but we don't have any doorways to do that anyway, so it doesn't matter. But that's just a little tip for people that are in a different situation. So at this point, he has 3 more streaks that he can do where he can possibly benefit from. Now, another thing that we want to look at is the streak assignment wasn't a bad assignment. It was a beach for 2,500. So it's not like he took a hit by doing the streak assignment anyway. So he cancels that streak, right? And then he's able to continue on with the streaks. Now, let's say that he were to get another upgrade. At this point, we don't want to just sit here and do cancellation after cancellation. We would just ignore it, go to the main list, and do value over opportunity for the duration of the contest, okay? But in this case, he was able to continue on, and he was able to get those streaks done without any issue. Now, he ends up here, okay? He's got all the streaks done. He did lose a couple, but he was able to at least bank it on some of those bonus points. Now he's got 15 tickets remaining. Now, what do we know about the rules of rotation? The rules of rotation is that the last 15 assignments, we do value over opportunity, right? Doesn't make sense to make, opportunity a priority when you're going to be out of assignments soon anyways. So now, what do we have available to us? We have 2 days, 2 hours remaining. We do not have the risk of the streaks hanging over our head. So now he can go ahead and take that 10 hours downtime for the glass. Does it make sense to go super quick now? I mean, yeah, you want to go fast, but does it make sense to not do the glass and take less points to save time? No, it does not, because there's no risk now. Even if glass does come back, we don't absolutely have to do it like we would if we were in the streaks, right? So in this case, he wants to bank in on as many points as possible, and if it gets to a point where he has not finished all of his tickets and he's still, he still has points that he needs to do, then he can go with something that doesn't take as much time. So right now, he's on a 10-hour downtime for the glass. Okay, now I want you guys to kind of pay attention to what I was explaining to do in these situations. If there's no way for you guys to work in the upgrades, then you're going to attempt the streaks. If you get an upgrade, cancel it. You're going to attempt the streaks for a second time. If you get another upgrade, then just say screw it and go to the main list, okay? Now, let's pretend that he was in a different situation. Let's pretend that he had the available doorways to get these upgrades in. He would then he would keep rotating all of his doorways, jumping around, right? And let's say that he is waiting on one more upgrade. This happens to people all the time. They're waiting on one more upgrade. They've been rotating. They cannot seem to get it to come in. They've got about 4 more tasks that they can rotate before they absolutely have to start the streaks. This is a risky method, but you can do this, and it does work a lot. You start streak 1, and then you immediately go down to the main list with your last 4 remaining assignments, or 3 or 4 assignments, and you keep rotating those and hope that you get the upgrade in. Now, normally that works because it breaks the cycle, okay? By going up to the streaks and then back down to the main list. The only thing, though, is that it is risky. When you do that, you have the possibility of the streaks popping up that upgrade that you're trying to get down in the main list. It's a last resort option. If you have, let's say, 4 tasks before you have to start streaks and you haven't, had a whole lot of trouble getting the upgrades to pop up, you should probably wait. I'm talking about people who have been rotating like crazy and just cannot seem to get the upgrade to pop up, okay? Now, let's say that you didn't get it to pop up. You're at 9 tasks remaining, and you had to start the streaks. You make it through, let's say, streak 1 and 2, and then it pops up in streak 3. What do? You cancel streak 3. Now, what does this mean for you? This means that you have 3 assignments now that you can utilize down in the main list because you had to cancel 1 streak. Each streak has 4 assignments in total in it. So if you had to cancel 1, that means that you have 3 more that you can rotate in the main list now. So you would go down to the main list before starting your next streak, and you would rotate those 3 assignments in hopes that that upgrade that caused you to fail that streak will now pop up in the main list. That does happen quite a bit. If it does not, you're going to continue on with your streaks and hope that you can get through without that upgrade being an issue, okay? Don't just sit there and fail streaks and cancel and fail and cancel and fail. Don't even bother. Just move to the main list. When you move to the main list, go to value over opportunity, okay? Now, high-level players, there's a whole different thing that you guys will do, and I've talked about that in some of my videos along with the Contest to Mayor's 2022 guide video. Believe it or not, the terminology video that I put out is really informative, you guys. It's not just, oh, this is what this is about. There's a lot of tips and tricks in that video as well. So I highly recommend that you guys give that one a listen, especially if you are somebody who is not understanding COM very well. Good luck to you this week. It's been an interesting week with all the issues going on with the game, but a lot of people are doing okay. And if you guys have any questions, please put it in the comments section. You can join us on Facebook at SimCity Build It MissyAnneTTVYT. We have a page and a group. Hit like on the page, join on the group. We're only 100 subscribers away from 3,000, which is super awesome. I don't know what I'm going to do when we hit 3,000. I'll do something for you guys. So yeah, make sure that you're subscribed, and then that way you get notified whenever videos go up, and they do go up quite often.